Here in Heritage Hill, we found a tower that I think is responsible for starting up this undead plague that's destroyed the district, left only one person alive. As we rest inside the base of the tower, we wake up, Sagani saunters over to me, stretching her legs. She holds a pouch of deer jerky in one hand and offers it as she takes a seat across from me. Itumak looks on hungrily. Long day. She bends one arm behind her head, reaching until I hear a pop. Just wanted to see how you're holding up. You seem to have a lot of long nights. Things aren't so good. I was afraid of that. She folds her arms over her knees. Look, it's been a while since I had a hunting party, but we're in this together now, and even if we're hunting for different things, we're still hunting together. She takes a hunk of dried meat from her pouch and bites a long strip from it. Itumak licks his lips, and she tosses him the rest. I don't understand exactly what's happening to you, but I'll help you find Thales, same as you're doing for me. Thank you. Means a lot to have companions and friends, new friends, that'll be there for me thick and thin. Alright, I don't trust what we'll find up here, so yeah, let's take this slowly, not rush into anything, because we still haven't found the people who started this. Was it Greg and his apprentice? And who knows what they are. Sagan, you want to go first, please? This could be really, really dangerous. There are undead. She's pointing them out. One's moving. I can see it with my own eyes. It's a library of some sort. Life and Discoveries of Pangram. Silver Fenning. Take a shot. Let's all get up there. This shouldn't be too hard.
Dead on.
Just a couple of dart duels.
Quick.
These are tough. These ones were pretty tough. They took quite a beating. What is this? Okay, here's the rest of their group.
Dead on.
Another one's still coming.
Dead.
Easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
These dark goals over here. Well,
Point
so
the
far
way.
we've had a
Keeping an
pretty
eye out.
easy time of it. Something secret she's found. Scroll of Protection, Scroll of Restore Light. And that machine's in the middle of this. The scroll contains pen and ink diagram of the Adra device running through the tower. Despite copious measurements and carefully drawn details, it gives no indication of the machine's purpose. The works of the Ingwithans, a comprehensive guide. They're really trying to figure this thing out, aren't they? Animancy in the modern age. Sure, how a machine can just suddenly turn everyone into the undead. That's nothing like I've ever heard of. Okay, she's pointing. There's a revenant down there. Yeah. Well, there's just one, she says. Let's kill it. this easy.
Point the way.
Hey.
Point the way.
Oh, there's more over there. She spotted 2 more. Okay, fireball. And page from Aldhelm's journal. Day 11, finally got out of the tower to clear our heads. The beasts take the patrons. We'll finish the study on our own terms, our own time, just as I said as much to Trindig. The sky came to life with stray lightning. I said it's a good omen, but the poor lad's spooked. Only cure for that is a good night's sleep. I'm not sure what you activated, but yeah, you did it. Oh, there's another staircase over here. Okay, let's kill these revenants.
Let's go!
Dead on!
They're so slow.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nothing to even loot.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Scroll of prayer against restraint. Sure. We can sell them, I guess, if we need to. Folded page from Aldhelm's journal. Day 10. Patrons grow impatient with the lack of quantifiable results. They should drag themselves out of their mansion and spend a few nights here if they think it's so easy. The pulling, pounding energy in the machine feels even stronger up here. Hopefully it won't start to affect us. Maybe it takes a while. Yeah, let's get this over with quickly. That's a pretty unnerving thought. So now we have another set of stairs to go up. Shh. Let's take it quietly. The unknown is always the scariest thing. And potentially the most dangerous. Okay, we're on top of the tower. Pretty far down there. Sigani?
Ready, Watcher.
Oh. There's something over there.
Let's try this configuration.
It's talking.
Still nothing.
Standing near the device feels like being blown about by a storm gale.
Confounded
The
device.
stone steps hum with energy. I'm not sure what this guy is about. Perhaps he's the Aldhelm. Aldhelm, the original researcher. He's still trying to get something to activate here. I'm gonna talk to him. Maybe he's like that woman who knew that she was undead but trying to keep herself from turning. A man hunches over the strange mechanism, his spine a sharp ridge rising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and the patches of skin you see are mottled green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't notice me until my shadow falls over him. When he turns to see me, he snarls and scuttles behind the Adra pedestal. Only his bare teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face.
Shouldn't be here. What do you want?
Who and what are you?
15 years at Brackenbury. 7 tours to the ruins beyond Solace Vale. I'm an animancer. Still an animancer.
His gaze lights on the Adra post with sudden recognition. He starts to turn back to the copper dials. Tell me what happened here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He smashes a fist into the Adra pillar. His hand makes a crunching noise, but doesn't bleed.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
He covers his face with his other hand.
Matters now.
Research. He clenches his fists in concentration. We came to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now. Given the catastrophe that followed, the commission and your research might matter a great deal. Keep talking, Aldhelm. Something happened
We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning we felt strange. Like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds. The strange wounds that had appeared overnight.
Sounds like leaden key activity to me.
Wake that morning to find it spinning on its own! On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start?
I don't think you started it. And the machine, this cursed spire, dormant for 2,000 years, lifeless through hundreds of our experiments. He turns to me.
Oh, that's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat.
Slow down. What does this machine have to do with souls?
Hand over weir wool, and the hair of your head will follow it. So it is with this machine.
He looks at me and runs his tongue along the edges of his fine, strong teeth. He quickly looks away.
It's on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk.
Lovely. There was a stranger in the tower this night that it happened.
Too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
You're not like the ghouls in the street.
And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster.
So you were picking off people and soldiers. And eating them.
You could help. Help me end this. Help me find sustenance.
What happened to the rest of your team?
And then there came a time when the hunger struck. And there was hardly anyone left.
How can I help?
Useful. Runes. The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Icantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
I know Icantha. That's the woman I was talking about. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off, release her souls. She wasn't here the night the machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere near, too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. I'll get the words from Icantha.
Clever lady, that one. And perhaps you'll bring me something. Something to keep me sharp. Then I show you a secret about the machine. Something to make you strong.
I'd almost rather give you something sharp right through the throat. Pelagina clenches her jaw, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. Descanto, this condition has turned him into little more than an animal. Don't do it. Well, we've got to end this, and if he knows how to do it... Let's see if there's anything else around here. I don't agree with his actions, but we've got to end this. This place will be forever cursed. Let's go get those runes. Hopefully we won't be facing undead all the way down. I'll proceed to the bottom. Is it me or has it gotten dark out here? Well, when we got to the top of the tower, I noticed it. It's nighttime, definitely. So Icantha was up here. Hopefully there'll be nothing in the way. Yeah, I don't plan to side with him. I can't be his judge either, but I just want to end this. If I'm the one that ends the curse of Heritage Hill, wow, my name will be known all throughout the Deerwood. I'll get the most lucrative jobs you can possibly get. Go visit this strange woman. I thought there was more to her. Turns out she can help us end this curse. I'm not sure why Aldhelm didn't go to her before.
You return. What if you come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the Icantha machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
I feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of her soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
Yeah, come to think of it, I haven't read or heard of the tower's name yet. Tell me the tower's name.
Ter Nuneth. It's called Ter Nuneth.
Ter Nuneth.
They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
Contain souls and move souls. What was going on? How do you operate the machine atop Ter Nuneth?
Back to these tinkers' concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
She crosses her arms over her unmoving chest. I'd release them.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
Well, then what's the right answer? I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that wreathes and squeals within her. Here, I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. Extinguish Icantha's pride. The vampire doesn't seem to notice as you wrap your mind around the squalling, burning mass. However, it sears your very bones. You jump back, crying out in pain. I won't abandon this opportunity. These souls will remain here with me, and I'll accomplish more than any animaster in the history of the field. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flames around it abate. All I've learned, years of studying the Icantha language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Knowledge is meaningless unless it's shared. A foolish and false sentiment. Knowledge is meaning it. It needs no external purpose. Her pride smolders still. Your opportunities are finite. One day, that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than the ember now. You're wrong, but there's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Extinguish her pride. I reach for it, but it's still too hot to grasp in my mind for more than a second. It may not be much, but it's still something. You can't take that away from me. Will that really be enough for you? The dying cinders clings to life. It will. It must be. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure that it grows and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench her pride, and all that remains is a blackened, diamond-hard rock. I cast it away where it melts into the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours. These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on my temples, and I feel her reaching out to my mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through my head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and I understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in my mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. I can see a vast array of runes, far more than Icantha has shown me, and I know their sound and their meaning and how they fit together. The language of the Icantha once more at my command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge, then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
What do I do with the tower now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle.
That's better.
But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
You said the other towers around the Deerwood were constructed to move souls. Why would the Ingwithans have wanted to do that? Another mystery, hypothetically anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for a raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know. Remind me, how do you know so much about the tower? I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instruction manuals, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely. I still don't understand why the Ingwithans would want to build a machine that tethers souls. Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Ingwithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment. Explain how the control words work. Harnessing the power of Tir Noneth is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meanings. You can speak them, and the tower shall obey. That's all. Thanks. Thanks very much. She really is kind of an undead. Well, now this makes me wonder if this soul problem didn't start back with the ancient Ingwithans. Why do we have this legacy, Wadwin's legacy? I don't know, but maybe answers will come from just turning off this tower.